Making a Difference is sponsored by Midwest Bank Center.
Every teenager has dreams about where life might take them. Gray Douglas just never imagined his would begin in a hospital. In tonight's Making a Difference report, how a medical mystery helped reveal an unexpected calling. At St. Louis Children's Hospital, sometimes the biggest dreams begin after the hardest nights.
Gray, can you follow my finger with your eyes?
Gray Douglas is here for another checkup. It's the kind of appointment nobody looks forward to.
Push me away.
Unless there was a time you weren't sure life would ever feel normal again.
Touch your nose with this finger.
Looking back, the Douglas family can point to the exact moment their world tilted.
When Gray was actually 9 weeks old, he had focal motor seizures where his left arm would bend at the elbow and he would kind of zone out and shake for just a few seconds, and then it would stop.
But for years, life was wonderfully ordinary. Until it wasn't. Gray was having seizures and didn't even know it. Just flickers of deja vu. Then somewhere along the way, he says he stopped dreaming. By high school, he was forgetting things he should have remembered.
I was just confused. I just wasn't performing like I should have. I could definitely tell that there was a change.
After dozens of tests, the mystery finally had a name: epilepsy. But names don't tell surgeons where to operate. For that, they needed a map. So they did a procedure called SEEG.
The brainwave study that we use on the outside is called an EEG. And the SEEG, or SEEG, is when you implant electrodes into the brain.
The map led them to their answer, and their answer led to surgery, removing the sliver of Gray's brain that had been misfiring since before he could tie his own shoes.
There really wasn't a chance to be scared or a chance to be worried or have the conversation of the what ifs because he couldn't go on living the way that he was.
Smile.
2 nights later, something happened that hadn't happened since Gray was in elementary school.
That night I had a dream that just felt really vivid, more like almost real life.
A dream, something so ordinary, most of us never think about it twice.
How we would interact before your surgery.
For Gray, it was proof his brain had finally gone quiet enough to rest.
He's like a new yet old kid again.
Since that night, Gray hasn't had a single seizure. He's back to being a straight-A student, and a few weeks ago crossed a stage to graduate high school.
The prognosis is really good, and he's still on some medicines, but it's a medicine that he can take every day and live a totally normal life.
We're going to see Dr. Harker.
Yep.
This fall, Gray heads to the University of Vermont to study the very thing that once threatened to take his future away.
I want to become like the doctors who helped me. I want to help other people, pass it on.
One young man who spent years unable to dream at all is now wide awake, chasing one.
I'm so proud of you, kiddo. You've done such an amazing job.
Before Gray's surgery, his family tells me college wasn't even part of the conversation. And a reminder, if you know someone making a difference for others, let me know by email at mbush@ksdk.com.